Welcome back to the Makahare Event Hall here near Tokyo, the 1994 World Figure Skating Championships. 16-year-old Jamie Solly from Edmonton, 23-year-old Jason Turner. You go to Ross Shepherd High School at 16 years of age. How do you handle this pressure?
I don't know. I mean, school is a totally different thing for me. The school that I go to is very supportive, and basically the teachers just told me, go there and have fun. And so, I mean, there's no pressure from the school or anything, and I just come here and I do my best. And
as the old man, you give her any advice?
I tutor her, no. I just, as long as she can enjoy everything, I mean, not many people at her age get the opportunity to go to the World Championships, or we just came back from the Olympics, so I mean, my only advice is I've been through school and I've done all the missing class and stuff, and you got to have fun what you're doing.
Just a couple of seconds, some trouble with the axles. What happened?
Well, I mean, I had a few problems myself. I didn't want a 2-foot anymore. I did a lot of 2-footing at the Olympics. I thought I got to come out in 1 foot. Put my finger down, and I didn't even know what happened to Jamie. She just kind of, we were in the spiral sequence, she went, sorry, and I went, oh.
I always seem to say that to him whenever I miss my axle. I go, sorry. I just happened to slide off my edge on the axle, but.
All right, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you
very much.
Jamie Solly, Jason Turner. Let's go back to Chris Cuthbert.
All right, Brian, just a reminder, later tonight you'll see Isabelle Brasseur and Lloyd Eisler as they open defense of their world title. But right now, warming up for their debut at the World Championships, Kristy Sargeant and Kris Wirtz. They've come a long way as a team in less than 2 years.
Owners go.
It's been quite a ride for Kris and Kristy, a surprise silver at Canadians, then skating after the Olympic champions in Lillehammer.
I mean, to skate after, the potential Olympic champions and the '88 Olympic champions. I mean, for us, what else do we have to lose? We skate after Lloyd and Isabelle at nationals. I mean, they are our national champions. There's no way you're going to defeat them. You just go out there and do your thing. So every time we skate after a great team, we just do our job. I mean, what pressure do you have? I mean, there isn't really any pressure because of the fact that no matter what you do, you're not going to beat them. Basically that's when you go into it. I mean, you can try as hard as you want, but when you're looking at a team with the experience and the talent level that they have, Lloyd and Isabelle and Gordieva Grinkov, I mean, you just do your thing. I mean, it takes all the pressure right off.
There is real life pressure, though, being a 20-year-old skater and single mother like Kristy.
For me, it was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do is when I moved from Edmonton to Montreal and leave her behind, because before that, skating was my life, and then she came, and it was kind of a different situation. But in order to make her life probably better in the future, I had to do something. So I had to leave her behind.
So Kristy moved from Alberta to Montreal, where she lives with the Wirtz family and their 2 Great Danes, a move that's been mutually beneficial.
In '92, after the Olympic Games, about 5 months later, my partner and I split up, and I was going through partner changes and looking for partners. And Kristy's name came up real quick, and it was a fly-by-night sort of thing. We just phoned her up and asked if she wanted to try out, and she flew to Montreal in late October, and it just worked out, and we just kept going from there.
Theirs is not a perfect match, but Kris is ready to address the pair's biggest weakness, his size.
I mean, everybody has their problems. I mean, you look at a lot of teams, jumping sometimes, the throws. I mean, we've got those sort of things. So for me to actually go into the gym and put a little weight on and bulk up and get a little stronger, I'll take my chances at that than throwing the throws out the window or not being able to do the jumps. I like my chances better than a lot of other people.
Their coaching is an international collaboration between Kris's older brother, Paul, and Russian pairs mentor, Igor Moskvin.
Very arrogant.
He gets with it. Like, he gets a lot. He gets right into the lesson. Whoever he's working with, he just tries to help you so much. When we got there, we were skating about 2 or 3 arm lengths away, and we came back, and we were an arm length away. Every time I lifted my arm, Kristy was there. We were becoming a mold. We were one person. And that's what he really helped us with, and we benefited a lot from that.
Well, Kris and Kristy talked about pressure, and there is some extra pressure on them here. Should Isabelle Brasseur not be able to complete this competition because of her rib injury, Canada would depend on Sargeant and Wirtz for a top 10 finish to qualify 2 Canadians for next year's Worlds. They were 10th at the Olympic Games.
They're opening with the side-by-side double axles, which are very strong for them. Here's a look at the double twist. Here's the side-by-side double axles. A little wild on the landing there.
What I like most about it is the fact that they go into it holding hands right up to the point we're about to step into it and take off, and that demonstrates how close they are, and that's one of the critical things a judge would be looking for.
And as they mentioned in the profile, that's the influence of Igor Moskvin.
Little difficulties with the unison on the spin there.
Demonstrate the spiral sequence, which is one of the 8 elements. One of the skaters must complete the sequence, always being in a spiral position.
Is there overhead lift?
And I would have to say, in 1 year, that aspect of their skating has perhaps improved more than any other.
Well, I've just been so impressed with the improvement in a year. I remember seeing them last year at the Canadians and this year, I didn't even really think they were the same pair. I think most of that is just the time together that they needed.
I'm impressed by the confidence, no hesitation in any element that they attempted in this program. And I think it shows, as you mentioned, Barb, a great improvement, a sign of maturity.
Good position on the back outside death spiral.
And we'll be back with the marks for Kristy Sargeant and Kris Wirtz when we return to Japan.
Are you colder than I am? How is that?
Everything was just a little different type. Yeah. But I like
Back at the event hall, awaiting the marks for Kristy Sargeant, 20 years of age from Alex, Alberta, and 24-year-old Kris Wirtz from Marathon, Ontario.
Thank you.
And the required element marks, 5.1 through 5.3 from the Italian judge.
I wasn't losing anything at that ending. I really liked the twist because it was big. It looked really good.
That's Coach Paul Wirtz.
Yeah.
He calls himself the manager. There's the presentation marks up to a 5.4. They have 3 first-place marks, a second-place mark, and right now they are in first place. So a nice job by Sargeant and Wirtz.
Good job. Thanks, buddy. Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good.
You want me to head on?